What's up, guys? If you are watching later and not live, you can go ahead, just skip ahead. In this video, I'm going to be setting up the Maticoopx automatic digital incubator. It holds 30 chicken eggs. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. If you are watching this later, go on and skip ahead to where I start actually talking about how to set this thing up. All right. All right, let's see. Just working on a couple of these settings. Where the heck is it? Share screen share. This is my first time going live, so just need to set everything up. Time snaps. Manage. All right. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and start unboxing this thing. So again, I'm setting up the Maticoop 25 egg incubator. I have quail eggs coming tomorrow off of eBay. So that's what I'm getting ready for. All right. All right, good thing I'm opening this thing up early because it's taped all the way around. All right. All right. Has all kinds of packaging in it. Okay, so far, instructions are on top. This doesn't look too terribly difficult to set up. So I'm going to go ahead and try to set this up. How to increase the humidity for the last 3 days. Remove the water bottle. Directly fill 1 full bottle of water into the external water filling port. Please also read page 7 to 8 on the manual before using in order to know how to correctly install and remove this water bottle to reduce water spill. All right, doesn't seem too complicated, but you never know. Let's see. Just set up these last few settings. Sorry, guys, if you're watching in the future. Just setting up this last little bit here. Setting up digital incubator. Let's see. Where did those settings just go? Okay. People good education and save. Just gonna wait a little bit longer for a few more people to get here. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm just going to start unboxing this thing. And again, it doesn't look too terribly hard to use. So we got a cord and an AC/DC adapter. The incubator is kind of packaged in here pretty tight. So I'll go ahead and throw that on the ground. Oh, wow, this looks super easy to set up. All right, so here it is. The Maticoopx. It holds 30 eggs according to the packaging. I think I can get about 80 quail eggs in here though. So 30 regular sized chicken eggs. Quail eggs are about 1/3 the size of a chicken egg. Got the water bottle. Yeah, so this definitely looks pretty easy to set up overall. Hey guys, welcome. Setting up the Maticoopx 30 egg incubator. I thought this was going to be a lot more complicated than what it looks. It doesn't appear to be that way though. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the top. Or am I? All right, need the scissors again. Alrighty. Okay, I guess the hardest part is taking off the packaging. Hey, welcome to the channel, guys. Thank you. All right, here's the water bottle. Okay, so here it is. This is easy enough. This is the top of it. I'll plug in the settings in a little bit here just to see what it all looks like. It looks like decent. I mean, it's decent quality. I thought this was going to be cheap plastic like those Hovebator incubators, but it's not. It's pretty sturdy. It feels really thick. Has a fan on the inside, so you can see the fan there. Not too bad. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these racks, yellow racks. So each one of these things can hold 6 eggs because it's the 30 egg incubator. So I think I can get 17 or 18 quail eggs in each one of these. Yesterday I ordered a bunch of quail eggs, or not yesterday. I ordered a bunch of quail eggs a few days ago, and they're going to arrive here tomorrow. So I want to be able to put the quail in this incubator by Sunday morning. So I just want to get this all set up and ready. Definitely a last minute type of thing. What's up, guys? Welcome. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to wash all these out later just in case. All right, so here's the bottom. I don't know. We'll see if it actually holds as many eggs as it says it does. So that was everything from the box. All right, and then this is the bottom. You can see this tray kind of pops out. Okay, and then here's the bottom. There's a bunch of stuff on the bottom. I'm gonna clean that out. What else? I don't know. It looks pretty easy to set up. Try to move my computer down so you can see this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and try to set this thing up. What's up, guys? Welcome to the chat. How are you all doing tonight? This is my first time going live on YouTube, so I don't know what to expect. Let's see. So we got a couple different plugins here. I'm going to go ahead and go like this. All right. So we got these plugins. This comes with directions, by the way, but I don't know. It seems pretty easy to set up. So here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and go like this. So now I see two different plugs for some reason. We got this plug right here, and we got this plug right here that's attached. This looks like, I'm not sure what that looks like. So there's two different plugins, I guess. So we'll see what goes to what. All right. All right. Oh, I see. Some of the stuff gets plugged in at the top, on the top. So this thing's pretty cool. Again, it's the Maticoopx Incubator. All right. Let's see if, yeah, so the plugins definitely go up here. So there's two holes for the two plugs. Easy enough, I think, anyway. So we'll go ahead and connect the first one. And then we'll go ahead and connect this other one. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing tonight? Hold on, technical difficulties here. I got this. Yeah, this thing comes with like a ton of twist ties, just kind of like any other packaging does. Do you guys have any questions about the incubator that I could possibly answer? This is my first time with this one. Never used it before. I just bought it on Amazon. So you're going to see how it works. We've got some quail, some Coturnix quail coming in tomorrow from some seller in North Carolina. And they've been on the road for, I don't know, a few days now. They should be fine. I don't have too many worries about it, but that's kind of why I'm setting this up. They're going to get here tomorrow. I'm going to let them rest for about 24 hours or so, and then my plan is to put them in the incubator on Sunday at some point. They take about 17 days to incubate, so I'm curious to see what the incubation rate is. The seller told me that they're going to send, well, I ordered 36 eggs, and on eBay they usually send more, so she said she's going to send more, so I'll probably get somewhere around 40 quail eggs, and I guess we'll just see what the hatch rate is. Now things are flying everywhere. I'm not exactly sure what the hatch rate's going to be, just due to the fact that we're shipping quail eggs in the wintertime, you know. So there's all kinds of stuff going on here. All right, got that all set up. All right, and then again, these are the little trays that come with it. Each one of these trays fits 6 chicken eggs, and you can triple it, so it should fit 17 or 18 quail eggs each. So this whole thing fits, it says 30 chicken eggs, so I would guess around 80, maybe 75 to 80 quail eggs. I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. All right. I didn't have the option to go live on my phone this time, so I can't give a really good angle of all this. Otherwise, I would. But I can answer any questions in the chat. All right. So it looks like this is mostly all set up. I don't know what this piece is for. So I'm going to look at the instructions real quick just to see. And I'm really hoping that this thing comes to temp and works just fine. It wasn't super expensive, but it was costly enough to where I want it to work. Let's see what this thing is for. It gives you all kinds of like detailed instructions about how to set it up. I don't usually read instructions, but I'm just trying to figure out what this piece is for right here. Because I don't know. Let's see. And I'm not even seeing pictures of it in the instructions, so I guess we'll go ahead and hope for the best here. This thing comes with a digital temperature control. I'll go ahead and plug it in just so we can see what it does, or how it looks, I should say. So I'm gonna go plug this in real quick. It's gonna mess with the lighting just a little bit. All right, so we have power. So right away when I turned this thing on, the fan kicked on. So that's good. The fan's working. I'm curious, and this is the display that it has right here. So that's kind of cool. It looks like you can set the days that you want on it. What's up, guys? If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Feel free to hit that like button. It helps out a lot. And subscribe to my channel. I'm getting quail eggs tomorrow. I'm going to make a video on it on YouTube. Probably not live, but I'll post a video. But I'm just setting up this Maticoopx Incubator. And I'm just looking at the settings. So it looks like it has temperature settings, hatch day settings, egg turn tests, egg candler, and the days reset to 21. So that's kind of cool. It has an egg candler right here. I'm curious to see how that works. Maybe I should just go grab an egg out of the fridge just to see. So that's pretty cool. And then this is the body of it. It has all the trays going on. And then it came with this bottle right here. So this is kind of nice because there's some other incubators where you totally have to take everything out, and then it just takes a long time. You have to be careful with the eggs. This is nice because you just you can pull out the bottle, fill it back up with water, and then reinsert the bottle really easily. It appears anyway. So that's one thing. I'm kind of over those Homesteading incubators. I mean, a long time ago, not a long time ago, but in like 2010, when I first got into this, that was all that was really available on the market. So we've really progressed in incubator quality since then, and I will never go back to those Homesteading incubators. So I don't know. I'm going to put this into the mic so you can hear it. So that's the fan. I don't know why I'm so impressed with this fan. I just always assume something's going to go wrong when I order things online. So it appears that it's all working. So here's what it looks like put together. I'm going to be careful so the yellow trays don't crash out or anything like that. So that was, I mean, that's pretty much the setup. I mean, I have to fill this up with water, but if I wasn't making a video, this would be a less than 5-minute setup, like right out of the box. And I'm not being sponsored by them or anything. I'm just making a video about about this new incubator. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. This comes right off, and let's see where it plugs into. Okay, here's where it plugs in, right here. So that's pretty cool. So again, this is so much nicer than those other incubators. Let's see if I can do this correctly without breaking anything. Yeah, I mean, how easy is that? Of course, I have to go fill this with water at some point, but I'll do that later. I'm just happy that this thing worked. This is one thing I don't understand right here. So this thing goes right into the incubator, into this little plug, like that. And then this thing kind of sticks out. And I thought at first, like, maybe it's just a stand to keep this thing even. And maybe that's what it is. But it also has like a really hollow inside. So it looks like water goes through it, but maybe not. And maybe it is just a stand. Some crashing things around over here. So right now it says 84 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and just like stick my hand in there to see if it actually is heating up that quick. And it is. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Right now I live in Colorado. It's super, super dry out here. So the humidity currently is at 36. And I'm kind of excited to try different hatchings of things in here. So I'm going to definitely give the quail eggs when they get here tomorrow a try to see how many quail I can get hatched. But I also want to order some more unusual, I guess, chicken breeds off of eBay just to see if I can get them to hatch. I watched a couple videos about someone using this exact incubator, and they actually were able to hatch a couple emus. I don't really want to spend $90 on an emu egg just to try that out, but it'd be kind of cool. So I've seen people do it. I don't think this is really meant for that. Like, for example, these, I'll show you. Oh yeah, that got really warm. So this is already warm to the touch. And what was that, like 3 minutes or something? These things right here are literally just the size of chicken eggs. You could probably get duck eggs into here comfortably because they're not that much bigger, but definitely not as many. So you can get 6 eggs into this thing, regular sized chicken eggs, for a total of 30 eggs in this incubator. If you want to get duck eggs, I don't know if you're going to get more than 4 or 5, probably 5. They're not that much bigger. So I'd say maybe 20 to 25 ducks. Quail, to calculate that, you just triple the size of a chicken egg. So theoretically, I should be able to get 90 quail to hatch in here, or 90 quail eggs in here at once. Turkeys, I don't know if turkey eggs are going to fit too well in here. Same with geese. I'm sure there's a way, because they might just be like sticking way over or something. I'm sure you can get them to work. I know with the emus and stuff, they obviously took these trays out and they just set it directly on this bottom area. So I thought that was kind of cool. So like they would just take all these things out and they'd set them right on this bottom rack here. Hey guys, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you all. And if you're new here, I'm just setting up the Maticoopx Incubator, 30 egg incubator. So what I was saying, if you wanted to do emus, or I don't know, I really don't. I've never hatched turkey eggs before, so I don't really know how big they are compared to chicken eggs. But guinea eggs and things like that would work just fine with this thing. And then there is something on the bottom of this thing. I'll show you real quick. So once you take this tray out, so like during the lockdown period of incubation, the last 3 days or so, or 2 days for quail, you'd go ahead and take all these. You take all these yellow racks out. Give me 1 second here to fix the volume. Got it too excited there, I guess. So sorry about that. I'm just fixing the mic fell out on me. I'm sorry if this sounds awful. There we go. I don't remember what I was saying now. So yeah, okay, that's what I was talking about. So the last like few days before the eggs hatch, you just take all these things out and you just set the eggs directly onto this on this grate right here, and do the lockdown period with the eggs just laying down on the grate. And if you're gonna hatch really big eggs, you just lay them directly on here. You'd lay them right on here, and you'd have to just manually turn them a few times a day, which sounds like a pain in the butt to me, but some people don't mind that. And don't have jobs or stay at home a lot or whatever the deal is. I just don't have the time to do that. So I'm going to stick to eggs that will fit into these 5 crates. Welcome, guys. I'm just going over how to set up this Maticoopx Incubator that I got on Amazon. Feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel a lot. So here's the bottom of this incubator. And during the last couple days, according to the couple directions that I saw, there's a tray to add some water. So you'd basically take this thing out and then add a little bit of water to the bottom for the last couple days while they're in lockdown. And that it increases the humidity. That's the purpose, to increase the humidity. One thing with any incubator, it's super important not to get this area up here wet, because that's all your controls. That's your heating element. That's your fan. Just all the power stuff. But this display is pretty awesome. And again, like, keep in mind, I'm comparing this to like the Hovebators and those other like old school incubators. Like, there's nothing wrong with them by any means. This is just so much better. It can only add or hatch like a fraction of the eggs. I mean, it can only do 30 eggs at once, but I don't know. I think it's a pretty sweet trade-off. It's way less maintenance. It's an automatic egg turners. I'm curious to see if those egg turners work. I'm going to go ahead and try that right now, actually. And then I do like this candling feature right here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead. So if you just press this, a light should turn on. Should is the key word here. I don't know. It's not turning on. So it might just have to be closed. I'll try that with it closed. Or there might actually have to be an egg on it in order for that light to come on. So it just says egg candler, press once. And it's still not working. So I can candle them with my phone. I think there's something that I'm missing though. I'm sure that it works. So I'll keep messing around with that. So right now it's already at 87 degrees and I just put the cap back on. So this thing is pretty efficient. It looks like it comes with like little locks on the side right here. So you can literally, so you can just keep it closed. Or no, this one right here specifically is for humidity control. So if your humidity gets too out of hand, you can open it and then you can close it if your humidity is too low to raise the humidity up. So that's kind of nice. I would imagine I would keep it closed. It's super dry here in Colorado, especially at this time of the year. There's no moisture whatsoever. So one of the cords is for the egg turner, and the other one is just for the fan and the heater. So there's 2 different cords all plugged into this adapter. So that's pretty sweet. I want to make sure this is all plugged in right. I believe if I saw that this is a pretty low power adapter. I'm really curious to see if this candling light will turn on. I'm just trying to get that to turn on, and then I'll show you if it does turn on. So days reset. It's telling me to. Oh, I see. I can't read directions. That's why I can't get the candler to work. Okay, so for the egg handler to work, you press this button right here. And that candles your egg. So I'll candle my finger for now. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty bright light. For some reason, I was treating this thing like turn that back off. So for some reason, I was treating this like a damn iPad, and I was trying to like press these buttons down here, and they're not actually buttons. They just say, if you want to candle your egg, just press the minus button 1 time. And I don't know. That's what happens when you don't read directions. Imagine that. So that turns that on. One more time, turns it off. You can set the temperature. So if you press temp, you can raise it or lower it. So you just have to, you can reset the days to 21 for chicken eggs down here. If you press the day and the minus button at the same time, the egg turning test, all you have to do is press the plus button once. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this thing actually, if the egg turner actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and try that out. And I'll go ahead and put the trays back in. What's up, guys? Thanks for viewing my live. I appreciate you all. Feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. That helps out my channel. Appreciate you guys. So I'm just adding these things back into the incubator, and I'm going to try the egg turn test to see if this thing actually works. I don't really have any reason to be skeptical that it won't work. This thing has really good reviews online, so I'm really big into the Amazon reviews. I don't look at the 5-star ones usually. I mean, I do, but hey, Charles, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Have you used the other hovabators and stuff like that? I just like the incubators that are automatic. I just don't have time to sit there and turn eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if this thing, see if it turns. There we go. And then I'll see if I can hold this up. YouTube wouldn't let me go live on my phone where I can set this up on a tripod so you can see everything. I have to do a video on my computer first, and then I should be able to go live in the future. So I am aware that this angle sucks. All right, so in order to do an egg turning test, I just have to press this plus button once. I'm just going to see if it works first, and then if it does, I'll show you. And I think I figured out what this thing goes to. So it appears that this has something to do with the egg turning. So it looks okay. I see. Some people might say that if you look. Some people say that if you look at directions, things like this go easier. But I don't know. Yeah, this is exactly. So this is actually part of the egg turner. Yeah, it just goes in like this. And then, so how this thing works, it appears, is that when you put these things in, it just goes back, it goes back and forth and just rotates the eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So put the baskets back in. There is all kinds of weird stuff on this thing on the bottom, from the packaging. Looks like some hairs. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff going on. It's not terrible. Just it doesn't look like it was a totally sterile environment. But I'm gonna clean this anyway because it does have that smell of plastic or whatever. So I will definitely be cleaning it anyway. Yeah. Oh, you're new to quail. Have you tried incubating anything before, like chickens or anything like that? Because I'm new to quail too. This is my first time hatching them. It's not my first time hatching chickens or anything like that though. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I think it's gonna go well. I don't see why not. I remember a long time ago when we didn't have access to things like YouTube, but now we do. So doing any of this stuff is way easier than it would have been 10 or 15 years ago. And it's cool that there's so many reviews on the same product. There's all kinds of reviews on this, and the purpose of this video isn't to give it a review because I'll review it after I try to incubate something on it. The purpose is more to just show you how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if the egg turner function works, and then I'll go ahead and try to show you guys. Yeah, it appears to work. I just noticed something. So each one of these things has, one of the sides has one of these guys on it, and then the other side has two. The side with two of these has to go towards the turning mechanism right here in the incubator. Otherwise it won't work properly. So I'm glad I'm finding this stuff out now before the eggs get here and I'm panic. So this is pretty sweet so far. All right, take 3. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, if you're interested in where I got the eggs from, That the seller on eBay, I know it sounds sketchy, but she has like hundreds and hundreds of really good reviews. Um, and the and I don't know, I would say like 99.9% of them are positive, and people have really good hatch rates with her quail. I paid $27 for 36 quail, and it's shipping included. And she said that she includes free eggs, so I'm guessing I'll probably get closer to 40 quail eggs. And then once in they're Coturnix Quail, so once you have a bunch of eggs like that, it's, I don't know, then you get unlimited eggs if you want to breed your own quail and hatch them yourself. But quail eggs are relatively cheap on eBay, and there are some sellers out there that probably aren't very ethical. But this person seems to be, and I guess we'll either confirm or deny that after we do the test and see how they actually work. All right, so this incubator is I just put the cover back on. So this whole battery thing got started, and it's at 91 degrees already. I'm trying to be careful with like turning this because it's, and again, like YouTube wouldn't let me go live on my phone right now. I have to do it live on this thing first for whatever reason. I'm sure there's a reason. But then after this, I can use my phone and put it on a tripod and give a way better angle for this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and press the plus button, and you can see how this thing works. I know it's not the best view. Actually, maybe the side view is going to be the best for this thing. All right, so check this out. All I'm doing is pressing the plus button. That tests the turn function. Check that out. So it's all 100% automated. You don't have to do hardly anything. It lets you schedule the days on here, and you just hit set, and voila, it works. This thing's at 94 degrees now. I'm curious to see how good the thermostat is on this thing. I'm probably going to put another thermometer and humidity gauge. I don't know. I can't think of the word. I'm probably going to do that on here. But I'm pretty impressed so far. The egg turner's working. The egg turners and the egg handlers are working. That puts out a pretty bright light. Check how red that makes my finger look. I don't have the eggs with me, otherwise I'd try to shine them. The one thing I've heard about quail eggs, and I've visually seen with quail eggs, is that they're so dark that it can be kind of hard to tell if it's fertile or not after a few days, kind of like chickens, where you can look after a couple days and you can tell that there's a baby chicken growing in there. With quail, I guess it just comes down to like an air pocket on the top of the egg. And again, I'm not claiming to be any kind of expert on this. I got bored hatching chicken eggs, so I figured I'd try quail. But yeah, it's a little bit different than hatching chicken eggs. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to put all 40 eggs into this incubator and let it do its own thing and just see what happens, really. Oh, you're setting up your incubator too? Does it happen to be the Maticoopx? I just got this in a couple days ago. There's all kinds of incubators online now. No? What kind of incubator do you have? They still, like at the feed supply stores, they're still selling those Hovabators and the air ones that aren't automatic. I've seen at Tractor Supply a couple automatic ones, but they're super, super expensive. And usually I'm all about like supporting small businesses. Tractor Supply isn't a small business. I'm not saying I'm against them or anything, but I don't feel so bad buying them on Amazon versus Tractor Supply. All right. So again, there's the candling light. So that's kind of cool. I think a lot of the electronic ones come with these now, so maybe it's not that fancy. It's just cool to me based on the incubators that I used to have. And then just to show you how this thing turns, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet just because I don't have to be the one to turn it, I guess. So you just press the plus button. And check that out. So this is pretty cool, though, because it's programmed to turn the chickens the appropriate amount of times, the chicken eggs the appropriate amount of times. And this everything about this thing seems pretty sturdy. The only thing I don't like necessarily is the smell. It has that smell, like, you know, when you open things that have been coming from God knows where. It's like that plastic smell, and it's super, super strong with this. So I'm gonna definitely wash this out and sanitize it and stuff. But I don't know. It does everything it says it was gonna do, and that's enough for me, I guess. So I do like this display a lot. So it already hit 99.5 degrees in there. You can see the 21-day countdown, which is kind of cool. 26% humidity because I haven't put this on yet. So again, this thing goes in, you fill it with water, dechlorinated water, and you just put it in like this. I'm holding it weird so I can't see. There we go. And it just automatically keeps the humidity at the right temperature as long as the water bottle's full of water. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's pretty sweet, I think. Does anybody else have any incubator types that they recommend that I try out? I'm coming from like the Hovebator world. It's been a while, but I'm determined to make mine work too. It will work. If this thing doesn't work, it's probably my fault. I would say that's true with any modern incubator. Like if it doesn't work, it's probably user error. Let's see. So do you guys want to see anything else on this thing? Otherwise, I was gonna maybe try to set up my brooder. So I have this heated brooder thing because I'm all about not burning my house down with heat lamps. I'm saying that as all my chicks are in the garage right now under a heat lamp, but it's kind of the point of me buying that brooder. I'm gonna try it out. It was like $60. I'm a little skeptical. I got it at Tractor Supply today. I'll just show you real quick. So I'll set the Maticoopx over to the side real quick. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else with it. So this is what I got. Producer's Pride chicken coop heater and brooder. So not only can you just put this in the brooder, but you could also put this, as you can see, like in the winter time. I don't know. I'm not like a big fan of heating my coops and stuff, but as you can see right here, you could put this as a safer alternative in your chicken coop. If you do like to heat your chickens in the wintertime, it's cool either way. I don't care. I'm never gonna die on a hill like that. Of if you should or shouldn't heat your chicken coops, but this is kind of cool because it looks like you can. And the cool thing about this is that the wattage on this thing is so much lower than the heat lamps that I have in the garage. So this is a 40 watt. So this runs 40 watts, and my heat lamp runs 250 watts. And this thing, I'm going to see if this has a thermostat because then it would use even less energy. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. This seems super appealing. So I'm going to open this and see if I can just get this set up real quick. This seems very appealing because if I'm running 250 watts 24/7, not only is that, I mean, I have the system set up pretty safely, in my opinion, but that doesn't, I think anytime you're using a heat lamp, especially like a high power one, you run the risk of burning something down, or if nothing, I mean, at bare minimum, possibly like injuring your chicks, especially once they get a little bit bigger. I do have it tied down and secured pretty well, but 40 watts versus 250 watts also saves a lot of money. 250 watt heat lamp running 24/7 probably is running on the ballpark of like $1 a day, if not a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, probably 30-40 bucks a month on your heat bill or on your electric bill. So this thing comes with all kinds of packaging, just like everything else does. and it doesn't explicitly say how many chicks can fit under it. It does say that there's 3 different size settings, so you can lower it to 1, 2, 3 different levels. I'm just not sure what those levels are, so we're gonna find out here. So again, this is the Producer's Pride chicken coop and heater and brooder. So we'll go ahead and see how this works. So right off the bat, it doesn't look super big. So it's the bottom. It looks like there's the top. I'm assuming, and I've never used one of these before, but I have watched a couple videos on some of them. But all the nice ones I've seen online have been like $100+. So I'm not sure if the $60 Tractor Supply version is going to be good or not, but I'll definitely give it a try. Especially, I think I'm going to use this for the quail. I'll probably just keep my chickens out in there under their heat lamp until I can confirm if this works or not. We're going to see how high we can get this thing to go. Yeah, thank God for LEDs, especially for my my growing operation out in the garage. Growing like vegetables for my vegetable garden. Old style old style LEDs are insane. Yeah, I saw that on some of the videos. So if I can make one side higher and one side lower, that's going to be my best option here with the chicks. And I'm going to try to see how this all comes together and works. Let's see. Yeah, the egg person is easy to find on eBay. Do you want to know who it is? I can tell you right now, actually. Let me just pull it up on my phone real quick. I can tell you who I got my eggs from. So thank you guys all for watching. If you can, just like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel a lot. I have around 40 quail eggs coming tomorrow, and I'm just setting up the incubator and getting things ready for their arrival because I am a last-minute person. Currently, my eggs are in Denver, Colorado. I live in western Colorado towards Grand Junction. So it has to go it got shipped all the way from North Carolina to Denver, from Denver to Grand Junction, and from Grand Junction about 60 miles away east to where I live. So I'll go ahead and give you the seller's name. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm pulling the seller's details up. It's called Birds and the Bees Quail Farm. So it's probably not the best quality there, but so Birds and the Bees Quail Farm. She has different kinds of quail. But for real though, like in the last 12 months, 174 positive reviews, 2 neutral, and 0 negative. So it seems pretty legit. And yeah, I've read through a ton of them. I'm a huge skeptic on things, so I always like read the worst reviews first just to see what the worst possible scenario could be, and if a lot of people have that same experience. I couldn't find negative reviews really. There's a couple people that said a couple of the eggs cracked during shipping, but 99.9% of the people said that every single egg was individually wrapped with a lot of care, and it just looked very professional. So let's see. Going from Florida to Texas, I would say most of what I saw online were eggs that were getting shipped from Florida. So this North Carolina one, that was interesting to see. I'm gonna go and plug this thing back in. There we go. So here's this brooder plate. It looks like this. It looks like a griddle. I've never used one of these before, and like the incubator, it comes with directions, but I don't know. I don't really use directions, and I don't think now's a good time to start either. I'll go through and like double check like the settings on the incubator stuff just to make sure everything's good before I put the eggs in, but just for setting the stuff up, most of the stuff comes right out of the box, and you just click a few pieces together. Um, yeah. So, oh yeah, your trash eggs. So, that's kind of what these are to me too. I mean, this is my first batch of quail or quail eggs. So, although I don't think they're going to be quite trash, but they were super cheap. Like I was surprised. It was around $30 for 40 eggs, including the shipping. So, and she throws in extras. I think I ordered 36 eggs, and she threw in extras. And I got the uh, Coturnix Quail. I think that's how you say it. And she has other kinds of quail online too. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about buying poultry online. Some people have had really good success, other people's haven't. I think it all comes down to just reading the reviews. Um, Littleton, Colorado, nice. That's a beautiful area. I'm close. Yeah, I'm closer to Grand Junction, up by the Grand Mesa. If you're familiar with that, nice. You got 48 eggs for $33. Um, that's not. I mean, quail eggs are so freaking cheap online. They had these like I think this lady had button quail too, if I remember right. And then there's this other type of quail that she had, and they were like little blue eggs, and they were a little bit more expensive, but nothing was out of the ordinary. I wanted to go buy. I almost bought emu eggs. This lady doesn't sell them, but a few people on eBay do sell them because I've seen people hatch their emu eggs in the Maticoopx Incubator. I'm going to start with these quail first before I get too crazy with it. Because emu eggs are not cheap if you've ever been in the market for them. I haven't been in the market for them, but I've just learned about the market for them. So this brooder right here that I got from Tractor Supply, this seems easy enough. So it has two settings on it. It has a brooder setting and a heater setting. So if you're going to put this in your brooder, you put it up to that setting. And if you're going to use this as a heater in your coop, you just put it down. I'm curious to try both because I'm only going to need this. I mean, quail grow so fast. I'm only going to need it for like a maximum of 1 month for the quail. Although I impulse buy things all the time, so I'll probably buy more eggs. But if I do end up not impulse buying them, I might try to like set this up as a heat source just to see if it actually is somewhat effective. And this might actually be decent to put into the coop for the quail because they mostly it's still January, so by the time they hatch out and they're going to be ready to go outside, it's going to be very early March. And out west here, we get really warm days in the wintertime, so it gets in the 40s and 50s, but at night it still can get pretty cold. So I might try to just put this in the coop with them. I'm really skeptical about putting heat things in the coop that's super close to my house, and I'm freaked out about fires. And I know that it's probably like it doesn't make sense to be freaked out about stuff like that, but people's houses burn down every day from trying to raise, not every day, but you know what I mean, a few times a year, from trying to raise chickens. Usually they just set it up very poorly and aren't educated about it, but I just have that paranoia in the back of my head. Let's see. So for the people or for whoever bred the quails with the bad genes, are those just like widely available on the market now for those ones? I suppose it would be. I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like, I just bought 40 quail eggs, and let's just say that I wanted to breed them together, and then sell them. I guess it's pretty easy for the market to get saturated. So if there's any kind of genetic disorder, it wouldn't be that hard to really saturate the market with cheap eggs that have genetic disorders. So that totally makes sense. Um, all right, now I'm going to try to put this thing together. So let's just see. Yeah, so it's a 40 watt, which is way lower than the 250 watts. So that should save a significant amount of money. Um, it just says never use frayed or damaged cords. Don't use this product in wet or potentially wet conditions like showers, saunas, under or near sinks. So don't put this thing in your bathroom. I know a lot of you guys out there like to put brooders in your bathrooms for some reason or another. I've seen people talk about like humidity, but if you're using heat things like this or especially a heat lamp, don't put them in your bathrooms because the condensation could be enough to either cause a fire or to shock you or both. So I'm going to go ahead and try to set this thing up without directions. So maybe I will have to look at the directions. Good God. All right, so we got a bunch of different pieces here. And then there's got to be something else. All right. Oh, I think I see how this is set up. 3 levels and 3 prongs. Yeah, that's what it is. But I guess my question... Oh, I see. I was really confused about these things. There's a couple of them. These guys right here. And this thing. But they don't appear to have like an immediate function. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this thing set up. Hold on. I'm going to look at the directions, but I'm not going to read them all. I just going to look at the pictures. Reading's hard. Oh, yeah, right here. See how much time I could save if I was responsible. So it does have 3 levels, and the levels don't appear to be very high. So this thing is only... I mean, this is going to be perfect for quail. I'm kind of skeptical about chickens, though. I'm getting the jumbo Coturnix Quail. So about 40 jumbos. So I'm kind of excited about that. I want to breed some for their eggs, not to sell or anything like that, but just for their eggs. And then I want to use some of them as meat birds. Yeah, I think jumbos are the way to go, really. I don't know. Do you guys know, like, this is something I haven't looked into. The thought just occurred to me, but can you mix different quail together? So could you take the jumbos and regulars, or even put like button quail and stuff together, or do you keep them separate? Or I don't understand how that works. I just figured if I'm going to use these as meat birds, though, I want to get the biggest possible types. But I don't know what I'm doing with quail yet. So there's no better way to learn than by doing. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's see if we can get this thing set up. So there's 4 of these. Okay, that's cool. So they have little divots on the side. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. Buttons seem so fragile compared to the other ones, so I probably wouldn't do that. But I lost the name for it already. The blue ones, the ones that start with the C. I was thinking about getting some of those and mixing them with my jumbos just because they look cool. Not necessarily just to eat, but if you're aware that that's not a good thing to do, let me know. I'll look it up before I actually do it too, but I don't know. That thought kind of just occurred to me. All right. So it turns out this thing seems to be pretty easy to put together. All right. So here it is. The height by itself, I would say, actually, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. That could fit a baby chick. I bet you that, well, this could definitely fit at least 20 baby chicks under it, like day-old chicks. I bet you this could fit 1, 2, 6 to 8 month to month and a half old chicks, if I had to guess, underneath it. But for quail, this could probably fit the majority of the quail under it. So I think this is going to be what I use for the quail. See, I have a couple snakes actually. I have a ball python and I have a reticulated python, and I've thought about feeding it quail eggs. Maybe the actually I could probably just feed it the regular Coturnix quail eggs, the jumbos, because the retic is pretty big. Um, that's actually a good use. I totally forgot I could even do that. Maybe that'll save a little bit of money. I have to look into like if it's good for retics or not, but and I saw people on YouTube would cut off quail wings like after they, uh ate, like process them for their meat and stuff. They cut off the wings and they put them in a dehydrator and fed them to dogs. I think that sounds kind of cool for like dog treats because dog treats are super expensive. Um, but I guess the problem is I'm trying to get my two dogs to be good with chickens and quail and stuff. I just don't know how if I'm giving them wings from a quail, I don't think that's gonna make them be nice to the quail. Yeah, I've heard about that. So there's like a huge market for quail parts, like um, wings and eggs and just the meat in general. Not, I don't really live. I don't think I could. I don't think I have the time or the capacity to sell them. But if there's actually a market and it'd be worth it, I'd be kind of interested in trying it. Um, I think there's always a market for fresh quail eggs for eating, and then I'm assuming people are interested in quail meat. Um, so where are those other two pieces? So I guess this is how. Oh, I see. So this is the tallest level right here, and then yeah, it looks like this thing just goes in there to tilt it. So let me just go ahead and try that out. So you can see now, I put the other attachments in. So here, I'll try to just move I'll angle the computer down a little bit. So that still doesn't really do much, but if you can see, it's kind of angled. It should be sitting like this normally. So this is flat, and then this is angled. So this area back here towards me, uh, it's angled towards the table, and then this one is angled up. Uh, so that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm still moderately skeptical about this just because it was for $60 at Tractor Supply, and I've seen really good ones online for way more. So, but you never know. I'm gonna try it. And I got the $6 warranty that came with it. So if it burns down my chickens, then hopefully my warranty covers that. Let's see. So I want to sell my eggs, but I have to be kind of like discreet about it. We're not exactly supposed to have things that make eggs outside where I live, but I don't know if y'all have seen the market. It's seriously, I just paid $12 for a dozen eggs. That's $1 a piece. There's a little bit more than $12 actually. Um, there's a couple reasons why, I guess. Like, first of all, avian influenza is wiping out flocks, not influenza itself, but uh, they all these farmers have to like kill all their birds when any of them detect positive for it. And the other reason that kind of adds to it, and I'm not necessarily complaining about this, but Colorado passed a law last year, or it went into effect this year, where they can only sell, I believe, free range eggs. I don't. It's free range, and I think there's something else with it. So a lot of the factory farmers can't sell their eggs to Colorado. So that kind of made the egg prices go up too. I don't know how I got on the whole tirade of egg prices. Oh, you got yours off Timu? I'm out. I've ordered things off Timu before, and it's always like it's never what the picture says. I've never worried about it being like a fire danger or anything. I like you just said. I just worry about it. I worry about it not working. 30 eggs at Walmart for $20. Dang. So I guess that's cheaper than Colorado right now. I'm not saying that's good. Like that, it really shouldn't be more than like $5 or $6, but I wonder if my HOA actually technically if I can own quail. I bet I probably can. I'd probably have to keep them in a garage or outside or inside or something like that. Turned it on and seemed to work fine. How much did you pay for the one you got off Temu? Out of curiosity, this thing right here was $60. It's too early to tell if it's worth it or not yet. Hoping my dogs don't run off with the parts. They tend to do things like that. But I've always assumed that these things are safer, and I really do believe they are. But just funny enough, well, not funny, but strangely enough, I was just watching a video the other day of a lady. It was on Facebook Reels, or Instagram Reels or something, and she had one of these things set up in her chicken coop, and who knows how she had it set up in there. I have no idea, but it caught fire and burnt down her whole chicken coop. That's just why I'm so paranoid about having any kind of like. I don't like extension cords. Um, I've talked to so many people, in the fire business, firefighters and stuff like that, and they just say no extension cords. I just have it drilled in my head that heat sources are not good, and I know there's exceptions and there's a time and a place for them, but I don't know. I do feel better about this thing than a heat lamp out there, though. That's for sure. Okay, you got $23. Bucking the HOA. Yeah, exactly. I think it's dumb that an HOA can tell you that you can't have chickens. Um, I don't know. It is dumb. It is like I don't know. It's dumb, especially when eggs are so expensive. I understand like not having roosters and people who have like 30 chickens and don't pick up after them, but at least let us have like 6 hens and whatever stupid requirements you want with them. I don't care that much. I don't think that should even be a requirement either. But like at bare minimum, give us 6 hens to raise. I totally get the no rooster thing. I don't personally mind the sound of roosters, but it's fair. It's super loud. They are super loud. Um, but I could respect that. Like I can compromise with people, but if you're gonna flat out tell me no, I can't take no for an answer on this. I've heard about zoning laws like that where you have to have them either 25, 50, or 100 foot setback from either your own house and or a neighbor's house, and that's really hard. So before I lived in Colorado, I lived in South Florida, and not many people had much land there, and the city I lived in had a very similar law. I think it was actually a bigger distance too. I think it was closer to 150 or 200 feet away from another person, and that was almost impossible. So like we're talking about like the Fort Lauderdale metro area of Florida, and uh, unless you're rich, you don't own that much land down there. So it was really hard to own chickens. People did it anyway. I don't think this like if this was just a city regulation, I wouldn't really care. But it's an HOA thing, and the people that serve on HOAs, how they can be. Um, I don't know. You just wanted ducks. I love ducks, and I would love to get some runner ducks to put out in my garden beds and stuff like that because they're so much less destructive than chickens are. But for my secret poultry keeping operation, they're so freaking loud. I tried to get some pecans last year, and they were so loud. I raised them growing up my whole childhood, and now that I own a house, I can't even have them. But and again, it doesn't annoy me. I think it's great. Like I love hearing all the different animals, but they were going to get me found out real quick. So yeah, that's nice. Being able to live in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you got how familiar you guys are with like Colorado housing costs. It's insane though. Um, so a lot of us out here don't even though we live in the middle, I technically live in the middle of nowhere. The nearest city is about 60 miles away. Um, so I don't know. I definitely live in the middle of nowhere, but it's just funny because it's so expensive to get a house out here. It's insane. That's what mountain towns are like, and you have all these people like congested into one area, and it feels kind of like a city in a way. Um, I don't know. I just think it's dumb that we have these restrictions in the middle of nowhere. Muscovy ducks. I like them. I like all the ducks, but I just I can I feel like the chicken sounds that hens make, you can hide them a lot better, or they kind of blend in a little bit better, unless they're like laying eggs. But I can't hide and blend in a duck sound when we have absolutely no ducks around here. Well, we have like mallards seasonally that uh, stop in the river, but we don't have ducks that just hang out here all the time. And I don't know. I I really want to start a petition, and I know that petitions have been started in the past and then they fail, so that kind of sucks. Well, you can hide quail. Yeah, that's the so like the quail are the backup plan if something happens with my chicken operation. Um, I'm gonna take that whole chicken coop I have, which is I just measured it. It's a little bit over. I think it's around 120 square feet. So it's not the biggest thing in the world, but that can hold what 30 30 chicken. If you really wanted to like max it out, I could probably comfortably put 30 chickens in there. Um, but if this chicken thing doesn't work out, I might just try to put the quail in there. But so far so good on the quail. I've thought about rabbits, and I don't know. I've tried rabbit meat. It's not my favorite thing, and I don't really want to raise them just for fun. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I I just want something that will make food that I want to eat. And I guess I don't know. I would really if my HOA would leave me alone, I would definitely have a couple emus. I'd have turkeys, a couple peacocks. It would be out of control. So maybe it's good that we do have some kind of restrictions here. And I don't even know how many chickens I would have. I've seen, I also kind of like I was talking about earlier, like on reels and stuff like that. I've seen people eat guinea pigs, and they raise them for their meat, especially in South America. I had no idea, but I I guess people eat rabbits here, and it's not really different. That's kind of cool. Ducks and a pig. If I could really like have whatever animals I wanted, I definitely have a couple goats, a couple sheep, and all kinds of poultry. I don't really have any care to. If I had a lot of land and money wasn't an issue, probably a couple cows. I don't like horses; they're not my thing. I don't know. I'd probably just have a small hobby farm. It'd be nothing compared to all these ranches out here. Some of these people have like thousands of acres, as us peasants have like a quarter acre each. I'll have to look more into the guinea pig thing. Not necessarily for eating them, but they're the oldest livestock. I like my only association with guinea pigs in my head is buying them from like PetSmart or Petco, and then them just dying in the most awful ways. Um, but I did see that Reels video of people like farming them and stuff, and I thought that was kind of cool. I've never tried guinea pig, so maybe like I'll have to try it before I shouldn't knock it before I try it, but if it's anything like rabbit or other small animals, I don't know. Cat. Oh yeah, fish pond. One of my goals here is to make a koi pond. I would love to make an aviary with a koi pond and just have a bunch of birds in the aviary, but of course, good old HOA would not like that. One day when I live in a big area and I can do whatever I want with my property, I want a big aviary and koi pond. I saw on TikTok, there's a few people that like show off their aviaries. It's really cool. They'll have there's this one lady who has she has an iguana and a koi pond with all like these huge koi, and she has like these really bright, I want to say maybe parakeets or something like that, and they kind of just have like a breeding population going on, and it looks super peaceful. But yeah, if money wasn't an issue and HOA wasn't an issue, an aviary with a koi pond and then a bunch of different poultry around the property, and I'd be happy with that. So I'll show you guys the incubator one more time, and holy cow. And then I'm gonna have to get going to go clean the poopy butts from the chicks out in the garage. So I ordered 10 Brahmas. So I got light Brahmas, dark Brahmas, and buff Brahmas from Tractor Supply online, and they just shipped them through Hoover's Hatchery. That was pretty successful. They got in yesterday. I ordered 10, 9 arrived alive, 1 was dead, unfortunately. And then I went to a feed store over in the Grand Junction area, and that was actually pretty cool because they had all kinds of different varieties. What was it called? Murdoch's. I went to Murdoch's. I'm gonna post a video about that later on. They had all kinds of varieties. So I got a Buff Orpington. I got a couple more Brahmas for whatever reason. These something or other gem chickens, the Wyandottes, the blue laced ones. I got a couple blue Jersey Giants, which are going to be kind of cool, I think. And then I know it's basic, but a couple Delawares. Whenever I think about chickens, I think of Delawares. I remember my grandma had like chicken cups or like the mugs and the towels and stuff, and they were all featured like the Delaware chicken. So that's kind of cool. So I think of Delawares and Buff Orpingtons. Yeah, good luck on saving for land. It's definitely possible. I have a saving problem though. I should say I have a problem not saving money. I spent it all on going to college, and if I could just take all that back and use it for other things, I would definitely buy land. And I'd probably get a trade school degree or something because that pays a lot more than what I'm doing now. So all right. So yeah, so it has the candler right here. I had to unplug it to turn my other light on so you could see me, but it tells you the temperature. Here we go. It tells you the temperature, the time, how many days are left, when you have to put it into lockdown, and what the humidity is. So it has the hydrometer. There we go. And a thermostat and everything like that built in. So I don't know. I'm very confident when I put these eggs in on Sunday that they're going to hatch. Out of curiosity, how's my audio sounding? I'm using an actual microphone, but you never know how that sounds. Okay, awesome. The Brahmas are cool because they're dual purpose. So, you can use them for meat and eggs. The only issue is it's not an issue. It just is what it is they take so long. It can take them 1.5 or 2 years just so they get to full size, because they can get up to 18 pounds, but they're pretty slow growers. So it's going to take usually a couple of years, but you could have them lay eggs for a while. In my experience with Brahmas, they lay pretty thin eggs, and I don't know, but they're huge eggs. They're really big eggs. So have them lay eggs for a couple of years, and then I guess butcher them or process them. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. It's YouTube. I don't think they're as strict as other places, but I don't want to risk it. I guess the issue is if you get the unsexed ones or the straight runs and you end up getting a bunch of male Brahmas, they're going to start crowing when they're at a pretty small size still, and you can still eat them, but I would just feel better about eating the bigger ones. I'm excited for the Jersey Giants, and likewise with the Jersey Giants, you can use them for dual purpose for eggs and meat, but they're similar in the fact that it takes a good while for them to get to processing size. And if anyone is new here, if you wouldn't mind just liking my channel, or sorry, liking the video and subscribing to my channel, it really helps out a lot. I'm just trying to make more videos, like educational videos, about a lot of different things. So like I have a bunch of garden beds, and I'm going to be seed starting soon. And I want to take you guys on my journey of raising quail and chickens and things like that. There's a lot I have to show you. I'm converting right now my chicken coop I'm converting my shed to a chicken coop, and I just have like 30 different projects going on at once. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely, Charles. No problem. Thank you so much. The beehive, really quick, funny story about beehives. I know some of my neighbors got in trouble a couple of years ago for having beehives with the HOA because and they had to go back in and explicitly put no insect keeping, and then in parentheses it says beehives. I should read the contract one day in a video. It's stupid, but I really want bees. That's a little bit more understandable here because we're all in like quarter-acre lots. But I mean, it's bees. It's honeybees. Who cares? We're not. I mean, I guess I could see how that could get out of hand, but I don't know. But I just thought it was really funny that they had to go back and explicitly say no bees, which is dumb because most people who have hives aren't doing it for the money because there's really not that much money to be made if you do it on a small scale. I would just want to do it for myself and just to have pollinators around for all the flowers and stuff. So you're not allergic to duck or quail, but you are allergic to chicken eggs. I wonder what it is. If is it just the protein inside of the eggs that you're allergic to, or is it something with the shell? Or okay, let's see. Raising. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, it would stop you. Technically, it would stop me from raising any kind of insects outside. I don't think they really care what's going on inside my house because, like I said, I have a reticulated python and a ball python, and I have videos on those guys somewhere in my channel. There's a playlist for my snakes, but I don't think they really care what you have as long as it's not outside. Their issue is when you put your critters outside, and if you're doing it commercially, they don't want you to. So like, technically, you could have chickens in diapers in your house if you wanted to live like that. But that's kind of gross, and I don't want to do that. I've had chickens in my house when I grew up for like 2 days just because where I originally grew up, it was very common for it to be -10 as the high for the day for like 2 weeks straight. So we took a couple of the silkies inside, and that was just gross enough. But where was I going with that thought? It's I don't know. I completely oh, that's where I was going with the thought. So you could technically have them in your house, but it's when they go outside the HOA has the issue. Oh yeah, that out of curiosity, so you're allergic to chicken eggs. Do you substitute that with anything else? Like, do you purposely go and buy quail eggs, or do you just not have eggs as part of your diet? And like, I guess a follow-up to that would be, if you do substitute those eggs, did you notice a huge increase in price in quail eggs, or has that pretty much stayed the same? Because I know the chicken eggs are out of control. Okay, so quail eggs got unaffordable. If I have extras, I'm gonna just sell them really cheap to my neighbors. Probably, I don't really need to make a profit. Like a few extra dollars is nice to go towards their food, but I don't need to like scam people. All right, guys, I have to go wipe some chicken poopy butts. I got those little chicks in the garage. I'm going to make a video on that later. Thank you so much for watching my live. Remember to like and subscribe and comment. It really helps out my channel a lot. Feel free to share these videos if you find them helpful or if you think other people will find them helpful. I plan on being here a lot. Feel free to comment on my other videos. If you have any questions about where I get my quail eggs from or anything like that, feel free to just shoot me a message. I'll get back to you. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I will be back.